Good morning, 6:42 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Wednesday, October 23rd, 2024. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Michigan. So unsurprisingly, to what we've been seeing, XRP has come down some this morning. We still have not had that back test at 54.3 cents, which makes me a little anxious to see if we're going to end up pulling this around as a little W here and at least come up and retest at 50. Here, let's put down the price label here. Looking to see if we're going to tap this 56 or 54.49 area. So I'm going to put this up like this so it's easier to see. But that's what I'm looking at. I'll have an attachment there just so that it's a little bit easier for us to see. So 54.49 is what I'm looking for. If it comes down and breaks 51.80 and this trade that I'm in for the copy trade gets stopped out, I will be taking there'll be about $750 in my copy trading account that's been built up over the time, and I will be taking it out of copy trading leverage, and I'll be transferring that with my $3,000+ savings that I have to buy the spot trades. And the reason for that is if it falls past a certain level, my interest in leverage trading is gone. Not to say I won't open one at the bottom to let it ride back up. But what I am saying is if you're in that community, you're going to very quickly see that come to an end if we break down a little bit farther. If this trade stops out, and I've given it room to run, so it'll lose me like 100 and something, 130, 115. If it comes below 51.88 and this does not come back up and pull, I'm done with that side of it. I'm going to be focused on today's winning Wednesdays. We've got FOMO Fridays, and if it pulls down here and doesn't backtest, which the problem here is, as much as I want it to just come down so we can get into FOMO Fridays and winning Wednesdays, yeah, I've put $115 roughly of my money up on the line. And it's for the rally. If it comes back to 54.50, retest the drop point, which generally always happens. It's not, there's always exceptions to the rules. But I'd like to see it retest that area as a firm resistance. It's not a very big move, mind you. If it does reverse course here and get rejected, that's not even a 4% reversal. And if you look at the drop point, that's only a 50% retracement of the 6.5 to 7% drop from the top at 56. Down so far to the swing low at 50, roughly 52.30. And then they have a retrace back up to 54.49 and a rejection. That would be brutal. If it does try to have this, let's just say this last gasp rally here and it gets rejected, or if it just falls through, either way, it's very bearish. And then you've got to hold 51.17. If that falls through, it's a big problem. Because then you wouldn't be signifying just the drop down to 51.17, which is the technical move down, and it's supposed to come on a rejection at the rising channel. It's very rare that it just comes all the way through to its target without back testing, but this could be one of those cases where we just don't have enough steam and XRP just comes right through and we end up at that 51.18. I'm just saying, if it does do that and it comes below, I think it's 51.80, I'm switching because I don't want to come below 750 in my account. I'm going to take the 750 and throw it into my leverage account, and then it'll give me close to 4,000, or into my spot account, and it'll give it close to 4,000 for the, or close to 3,500 for the swing trading, which I know if it comes down below these levels, we're going to get back into winning Wednesdays very quickly, FOMO Fridays, and then we're also going to have motivated Mondays. So as much as I want it to come up, I'm kind of tired of the leverage trading side of things. I don't enjoy it as much because it just ups and downs so quickly. Not saying we can't make money, but we can also lose money. Like, this could be a losing proposition. But I want everybody to realize, if you're in the spot, if this trade, if we get stopped out here and it doesn't take the rebound back up to 54.50, I want you to do what I do and take your money, flip it over into your spot accounts, and get ready for winning Wednesday, FOMO Fridays, and motivated Mondays. It doesn't really do much for me in my mojo. It doesn't do much. It doesn't get me excited to leverage trade. I just do it to pass time. But right now, it looks like we could have that market cycle flip. And if we do, we're getting on the horse. We'll be getting on the horse. I'm looking at a few different ones, like algo is a big one. And some had asked me last week if I was going to buy algo. I said, not yet. I said, we'll get into algo when we get into winning Wednesdays and FOMO Fridays. Because see how algo came down and then back tested the drop point? That's something that we have not seen with XRP. So XRP might not give us it. It might just skip it. We might just skip this. We might not get the pull back around. The only reason I'm even playing anything was to get that pull back around. If we don't get the pull back around, my interest in leverage is gone completely, just because we're coming into the levels of spot now. And that's where I'm most excited. So I'm not going to put my money up for leverage. And the money that I made in leverage, which will take a little bit of a hit if I lose this 115 or whatever it is, but it would still be up. I'd have an additional $750 to add to my spot portfolio from trading leverage. Now, some of that has gone down the last few days, but cumulatively, that's what I have built up over time. And I don't want that to go down past 750. That's something I've had in my head for a long time. And now if it does break past this section, I know that it's going to end up at least coming down to 51.18. And then if it does break down without getting this back test, there's a very high certainty that we could bounce off of here still. So we'll pay attention. But like I said, my money, the 750, is going to be out of leverage trading. So please, if you are a copy trader, if we lose this trade on a stop loss, we're switching to spot, only because that's my mindset. That's what I normally do. So I'm trying to be as transparent as I can when I switch through the cycles, but in no circumstance when I am doing spot trading do I ever leverage. So if I'm spot trading and I'm trying to build into a position, I never ever leverage. So I have to stay true to myself, but I'm trying to keep this position open for everybody who's trying to do it. I've gotten a number of emails, and it's fine. I like to have the conversation back and forth, but you have to understand why I'm closing these and switching my money to the spot position if this stops out. It's not because I can't leverage. It's not because I don't have money. There's still going to be over $750 in the leverage account. It's because my mindset is shifting, and I've been trying to lead everybody on here the last couple weeks and letting you understand we're getting into a switch in the transformation in the cycle. If this does come down like this and we don't get a back test, it's going to fall rather quickly. And then we have to switch our mindset. I know money can be made. I know money can be lost in leverage. But in my opinion, in spot trading, if we're in that part of the cycle, we don't confuse the two. Later on, if we start railing again and we get bored and we're stuck in a system, yeah, I'll go back to it just so we can have a little fun together. But right now, I think we need to be motivated here. And that's why motivated Mondays, winning Wednesdays, FOMO Fridays, get it right. I encourage you to stop copy trading now. And even past this, get out ahead of this and put it into spot. Or if you want to finish riding this, most of you only have $100 in the account. Maybe some less, maybe some a little bit more, depending on when you started or when you finished. But take advantage of this. Like, I can see that this could come down here very quickly. Like I said, I could close the position now, but I'd like to give it a chance to do this reverse back up. If it doesn't do it, that's fine. I'm going to take the money and I'm going to put it in the spot, and we're going to have a very healthy spot account. And this is on top of what we already hold with XRP, on top of what we already hold with XRP Healthcare. You know, this is on top of anything we might hold, anything I hold in precious metals. These are funds on top that are going to be specifically used for our Motivated Monday, Winning Wednesdays, and FOMO Fridays. I've got over 3,000 with the 750 that'll be built up. I've due diligence. I've been sending money over when I've had good trades. I've been sending money and doing what I need to do for the next era. Would I like this to go up? Absolutely I would, because then I could take out even more. But I've got a set amount that I need to take so that if this stop loss happens, it's like a $118 loss. So it's not like there's no risk here. And the chances are there's like a 70% chance this will just fall through. So this isn't exactly the one where you're like, oh boy, this is one of those hardcore ones that we think is 100%. No, this is anything but it. Now, other thing we need to talk about is this. Expert says there's no excuse to hold XRP or trade XRP after latest event. So this is some stigma that's coming in, and you know the retail trader is going to listen to some of this. So prominent figures in the crypto community criticizing Ripple chairman monetary donations to Kamala Harris' presidential campaign have urged market participants to boycott XRP. This is something that we're not surprised about hearing. This is something we actually spoke of. Would this be an issue? Chris Larsen, co-founder and chairman of Ripple, has deepened his financial commitment to Vice President Kamala Harris' presidential campaign. In a notable development, Larsen recently added $10 million worth of XRP to Harris's campaign fund. This latest contribution follows a $1 million donation made just 2 months prior. As a result, Larsen has now contributed over $11.8 million to Harris's campaign efforts. No excuse to own XRP, and I'd love to hear in the comments, do you agree with this? The reaction to Larsen's donation has been mixed. Some view them as a political move that diverges from XRP's core mission. Notably, Mark Alfred, a known value crypto investor and board director, disapproved of Larsen's contributions. Specifically, Alfred emphasized that market participants have no excuse for owning XRP or supporting the token in any way, given the Ripple founder's continued financial support for Harris's presidential ambition. Now, let me play devil's advocate here. We all know the old SEC chairman before Gensler, the one who stepped out on Trump's watch right at the end. He actually is the one who filed for this lawsuit, and he was on Trump's team, and then he ended up, letting himself go, like exiting stage left and then joining a competitor, as we know, either some, maybe another. We all know what ended up happening there. So is it fair to say that just the Harris campaign, we should be boycotting XRP, or is there a faction that would say, well, technically the old SEC director was on Trump's watch and he resigned on Trump's watch right at the end, and then he went over and started the lawsuit on Trump's watch, and then he resigned right after the lawsuit. So is that like a way for Trump to not look so bad? I mean, that's the honest question. That was filed during the Trump time, so it's interesting to actually look at what's actually happening here. So that's just the truth. So do we want to, was that a way for the Dems to get back at the, who knows? But there is a lot of talk about maybe boycotting XRP, and the fact that Chris Larsen's given over $11.7 million to Kamala Harris. I don't think that's the way to do it. I think that this is a strategic move by Ripple to have both sides of the aisle. They've already got a lot of support for Trump by others in the Ripple sphere. So obviously you got to grease both sides of the aisle, gross both sides of the wheel. So to me, I think that that's a little bit harsh to think that you would boycott it because of the disapproval for Harris. But still, I mean, there's people that are going to have that short-sighted mindset. I personally think this is the way to get most people out of XRP. That's just my opinion. The disapproval followed a response by X user Leia, who criticized XRP's leadership for dumping on their community to support what she describes as Marxist politicians. XRP founders out here just dumping on their community to support Marxist politicians. Big surprise there. It's time for, Chris Larsen said, it's time for Democrats to have including I believe Kamala Harris, technology, whatever. I don't even care to read all of this, to be honest. Technology dominates the world, which he's in support of her. There's no excuse for owning XRP or supporting it in any way. This is what a lot of the verified accounts are saying now. Now, when everybody's telling you to sell it, it's dead, this is when I get excited. This is the exact reason I'm stopping leverage trading. And I'm telling you right now, when this happens and we start having this come down, if it does, we're going to have such a big win here on Winning Wednesdays and FOMO Fridays and Motivated Mondays that we're all going to be so grateful. Alfred's perception concerning XRP amid Ripple's chairman's donation is widely shared in the crypto community. Ryan Salkus, the founder of the analytics platform Messari, even declared XRP dead amid the financial support for Harris' presidency. It is important to note that Larsen involvement in Harris' campaign began earlier this year with a $6,600 donation. These initial contributions set the tone for a consistent pattern of financial help from other supporters toward Harris's campaign. Other major contributions include $10 million each from Dustin Moskovitz, co-founder of Facebook. The nonprofit Evidence for Impact also added $9 million, while Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker contributed $5 million. Ripple CEO response. Amid the controversy, Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse commented on Larsen's decision. Garlinghouse emphasized that individuals, including Larsen, have the right to support their preferred political candidates. Teddy Scheffler said the big money super PAC, Future Forward, raised over $100 million just last month, and that's going towards Harris. And then Brad Garlinghouse said, I respect Chris and everyone's right to support whomever they think is best to lead the U.S. We need immediate change course from this administration's misguided war on crypto. Ripple will continue to engage with both Democrats and Republicans. See, this is what I'm saying. This is a strategic move. Ripple will continue to engage with both Democrats and Republicans in the final days of the campaign and after the election to promote pro-crypto policies. It's not about party lines. It's about championing policies that drive blockchain and crypto innovation. Isn't this exactly what I've been saying? They're trying to grease both sides of the wheel, both sides of the aisle, so that no matter who's in office, we're still at the forefront. I think this is misguided views by a lot of uninformed supposed verified accounts here and ones who are supposed experts. I think these are clown shows, honestly. These so-called experts haven't been right on a damn thing in 5 years, so I wouldn't trust them here. He clarified that Ripple maintains bipartisan engagement as an organization advocating for pro-crypto policies regardless of party lines. Garlinghouse pointed to the current administration's stance on crypto regulation, indicating that the company aims to promote policies that foster blockchain innovation regardless of policy or political outcomes. So that's just a lot to digest there, ladies and gentlemen. That's a lot to digest. We've got a lot of stuff going on this morning. We've got a lot of stuff going on as far as people wanting you to sell your XRP, get rid of your XRP, never have another affiliation with it. But I'm telling you, this is by design. They're trying to play both sides of the aisle. Do I think that this is going to hold here? I don't know. I don't know if we're going to get that back test, to be honest. I just want everybody to be very, very aware of what I'm doing with my own plans. Like I said, that spot stuff is coming on very quickly if this does take that next drop. All the fun we've had in the past, we're going to be very laser focused on the Winning Wednesdays, FOMO Friday, and Motivated Mondays. If you want to be a part of it, get your positions right. If you're copy trading, get your money out and get it ready for spot, because that's exactly what I'm going to be doing if this takes the next drop. And you won't see any kind of leverage trading at all going forward. It'll just be the spot, because I honestly thoroughly enjoyed when we were doing the Winning Wednesday, FOMO Fridays, and Motivated Mondays. But we've got to start it at the right spot. So if this does drop down, if we don't get any kind of back test here, which I would like to see it back test this drop point, it would give us a faster drop if it gets rejected. But if it does come down below 51.17 and then 50.51, we should be coming all the way down. Well, we'd have to lose 49.30, I believe, but then it opens the door to that 41.85. So we'll see. We'll see if there's any kind of rebound. Looking very bearish. This bear flag looks like it's starting to play down. I've given you all of my ideas going forward. Hopefully I'll see a lot of participants. Please make sure to hit the like button so that YouTube will recommend this update. If you don't hit the like button, my content won't pass through the news feed, and we won't be recommended by YouTube. We'll lose a lot of views. So if you did enjoy this update, if you enjoy the direction of the program, or you enjoy what we're about to do here, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the over 27,600 subscribers. And make sure to share this, because we're coming into a very exciting time. And whether we drop straight through, whether we come back and back test 54.3 and then drop through, anything short of an invalidation of this bear flag, we'll be switching our attention over to our spot like we've been doing for years. And we'll be able to do it in a Motivated Monday, Winning Wednesday, and FOMO Friday scent. And on the lives, it'll be explosive, because we'll be adding every single day. It's just we can't do it here. We have to wait for either the rejection to happen or the follow through here. So I keep it exciting, but I'll tell you right now, I'm no longer keeping exciting through leverage if this comes down, because it's going to come into an area where I must have my 100% focus on our agenda that we have at hand. So I hope this update found you well. Let me know in the comments, and get yourself set up through spot. And there's a way to do it with BITUNIX, which is where I'm going to be doing my spot trading. Also on HOTCOIN, just in case I have to do two different kind of pairings. So make sure HOTCOIN and BITUNIX, you have your money on there. There's no KYC or VPN. It's in the video description below and our pinned comments. And there's actually a much easier way to find my stuff. All you have to do is go to search XRP Future Millionaire, come to my home page, and then click on BITUNIX. You can go there and download. That's my favorite, especially with spot. Most transparent, lowest fees. Leverage is very simplistic, but we won't be talking leverage anymore, especially if it comes through here. Now, if it goes back up and we maintain a bullish momentum, well, then obviously we have no choice but to talk leverage. But I prefer for it to come through, eat this little bit of money, and then be able to go back to FOMO Friday, Winning Wednesdays, and then the addition of Motivated Mondays. So you can either do BITUNIX, you can do HOTCOIN as well. They have the XRP Bitcoin pairing and such. They have a couple other pairings that we don't have on BITUNIX. And then you can do BLOFIN as well. That's where we were copy trading, but I'm encouraging you to stop copy trading, switch over to the spot trading, and take a look at how to do it properly. The fun has ended, especially if we make this drop. We don't have to pass any more time, and then we're going to have our due diligence to start adding into positions as we have that explosive drop. So what we preferably want to do is, if we have a 20-25% drop, we would like to start using that once it finishes the bear flag drop. And then you start building into it. Even if it drops another 10-15%, we would start having low buys. And then that's what we did in 23. For anybody who was a part of it, we made 400 or 500% on 2 to 3 different pairs, 100 to 200% on 4 different pairs. 300% on another pair, 47% on another pair, but we got rid of them all except for XRP, which we did sell some that we had over the top, that we had just for the swing trades to the XRP Bitcoin pairing. But this is where we can make our explosive portfolio. And I always say, I don't add at the wrong times. I may get a little carried away with leverage, a little bit ambitious because I'm trying to pass time. But normally I don't leverage at all. So this has been a cool couple of months that you've all got to experience. But now we're going back into the real time. We're going back into the real areas of concern. Just like we do with precious metals, we're ripping it in precious metals. Just ripping it. We've been in First Majestic since $4.61. It's up over $3.20 a share in a month and a half. We've been in Fortuna Silver Mine since $4.42. Yeah, that's not as big of a move, but it's a nice move. We've been in B2 Gold since $2.38. It's up $1.11 right now. We've crushed it. And this is the exact mindset we're taking into crypto. Make no mistake about it. If you've never been a part of Winning Wednesdays, FOMO Fridays, or Motivated Mondays, you're begging this to come down right now. You're begging us to have this drop. Well, you're imploring it to go up to 54.3 and get a rejection so that we can come down faster. But you're imploring this to have the carry through. My biggest fear here now is everybody's going to look at this. They're going to say, oh, this is the easiest time to short the market. And then it's going to catch them in the dick because they didn't do it at 56. They're looking at 52.5. And then all of a sudden it gets that reversal. Just pay attention. We could get that 54.3 before another drop. But if we go below 51.80, all my money's coming out of leverage. And it's going back in the spot because we're going to have that eventual drop down. And then we're going to be able to do our Winning Wednesdays, Motivated Mondays, and FOMO Fridays. And I've said it a billion times. Be alert. Be aware of what's going on here. And don't get caught with your pants on. I'm trying to make sure you have your pants up, belt on, and be able to go out in your everyday moments and have that testicular fortitude that pushes you through. Have a motivated Wednesday or Winning Wednesday here. And tonight during the live, I plan on doing the live around 12 or 1 today. So be here at 12 or 1, and we're going to talk even deeper about this. And maybe we'll be into a position where maybe the market has dropped, maybe the market has rose, and we're going to get to go where we're going. I'm not afraid to trade the market. I'm not afraid to lose money. I'm not afraid to win money. I'm just here present, and we're going to do exactly what we need to do going forward to make a lot of money through spot, and we're going to build it right on Motivated Monday, Winning Wednesdays, and FOMO Fridays. I hope you enjoyed it in 23. 24 is going to blow your fucking minds.